Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Becky with Bestie Becky's Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how to make this really pretty poinsettia. And it's really easy. Kind of looks complicated, but it's really not. So let's go ahead and get started. So first thing is these dies, poinsettia dies that I've had in my stash. And what I did was I cut out one of each of the petals in red. Now, poinsettias come in different colors. They come in red, white, pink, and marbled colors. So it kind of gives you a little leeway on what colors you can do with your poinsettias. I'm going to go ahead and make a red one since most people know that. An interesting little fact is what we think is the flower is really leaves, just different colored leaves. So I cut out one of each with my die machine in the red. You see that? And then this is my centerpiece, and so I cut out two centerpieces because I wanted a full center, and I cut those out of yellow because poinsettias usually have a yellow centerpiece. And since the actual flower part is modified leaves, I just cut out the big size in green. And then I also cut out a 1-inch circle with my circle punch, and that's what I'm going to glue everything onto. So I have all my papers cut out, and let's get started on the fun part. So let's get all this out of the way. And what you'll need is an old mouse pad. That's what I find is easiest to use. Who doesn't have one laying around? As you can see, this is old. My kids colored on it when they were little. I flip it over to the foamy side. This gives you a great texture to do your veins on your flowers and leaves. I don't know if you can tell, hold it up close, that I drew little veins on the leaves and the flowers. And I like to give my flowers shape so they look more realistic. I love to make paper flowers. Love it. So, first thing you're going to do is let's take the biggest piece, and I'm going to use just an embossing tool. These I've had forever. I paint, and so I bought these to make dots when I paint. I think they're Martha Stewart's. Like I said, I've had them forever. I have them in all different sizes. To make the veins a smaller size works the best. And this is so that you don't go through your paper, the foam. So what you do is you're just going to draw. There's no right or wrong way to do it. So you can see this is the good side of the paper. And I just flip it over to the back side because I want my veins to stick up when you see the flower. And I just draw. Draw a line and then draw the veins coming out of it. Flip it over and you see, just like that. Really easy. And I'm just going to do that on all of them. You can put as many vein lines as you want. No right or wrong to it. You can curve with the shape of the leaf. So, go ahead and do that on these. And then once you're finished with that, you can see I have all my veins on my petals. There. And I like to give a little shape to my flowers. I just take a pencil and I'm just going to around the petals. Do you see that? I just run it along and kind of curl it over to give a little curl to my petals, just to give it a little more shape. Don't use too much pressure with my thumb, just real light. You don't need much. So there you've got your bottom petal, and then I want to push it down in the center so it kind of pushes up the flower again, giving it more texture. And I happen to have this tool-in-one from Spellbinders, and it comes with a bigger embossing, I guess you call it a ball on the end, I'm not sure what you call it. And I will use that and just go around in a circle like this. As you can see, it brings the petals up, just like that. Easy. So we do that on the other ones, the other two. Now, if you want to make a smaller flower, you would just use the smaller petals. You wouldn't have to use all of the dies. But for your leaf, whatever is your biggest petal size, that's what your leaf size is going to be. So again, I do my veins, I curl my flowers, petals here, and then run the embossing tool in the center, raises the petals. Perfect. Just like that. And then we do our last one, again, flipping it over to the back side and drawing our veins in. Kind of like that. These are great to put on cards, gift tags. You can make a bunch. Put on stems, like a bouquet. Alright, so again, the center. Oh, forgot to curl. It's alright, you can curl after you do that too. Really no right or wrong. Okay, so I have my 3 sets of petals. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and glue those together. And I'm going to use my glue gun. And the way that you do that is you are going to offset your petals. You don't want them all lined up like this. You want to offset. So I put a little bit of glue on the back. And I use hot glue. You don't need to. But as you all know, I'm impatient. So I use hot glue. And there we go. I just kind of push it down. And there we go. 2 petals together. And now when I do the 3rd petal, I'm going to offset it in the center of that last one I did. Same thing. A little hot glue. Offset it. Just kind of push it down in the center with my embossing tool. I don't want to burn my fingers. So, just like that, you have the base of your flower. So, let's do the center base. So, I have my 2 center pieces here, cut out of yellow. And I want to give them some texture, not just be straight. So, what I did with these is I flip them over, and I use just a little bit bigger embossing tool. I don't know if you can see that. You wouldn't have to, but I did just because I have it. and just kind of push it on that yellow spot, the yellow round circle spot, so that it gives it like a cupped look, like that. I don't know if you can see. Oops. And then I'm just going to, in the center, push it down, kind of rub around, like so, and it raises it up. Does the work for you. Just like that. I do the same on this one. I'm going to push it down. Now, if you only have the one size, you might just have to kind of go around in a little circle, and that'll work too. See? Just like that. Love how it gives this dimension. And again, the center with your embossing tool, just kind of push it down. And having the mouse pad gives you that extra cushion where you can really get a nice fold. Alright, so then I just kind of push it up a little bit all together. Just kind of get it closer together. And then I'm going to glue this one inside of this one. I'm going to try and offset it, but it's not so important in the centerpiece because it's a little bit harder to do. And I'm just going to take my embossing tool and push it in the center, get a nice good seal, and then I can squeeze them together, kind of around, just kind of play with it a little bit, bring some pieces in, fan them out. Let's see. That one's stuck. There we go. Okay. You can even use your tool a little bit here to get down in there. Alright. So there's the center of my poinsettia. And then all I'm going to do is glue it in the center of the flower. Just like that. Again, use my embossing tool to kind of push it down, hold it in, get rid of all my little strings, and look at that. Almost done. Almost done. So, here are my leaves. So what I do for the leaves is I do the same thing. I flip it over and I draw the veins on the back of the leaves, since flowers and the leaves are the same thing, they're just different colors. And just do this. Really fast. Now you could just keep all 5 of the leaves together, but I decided to just do 3. So again, taking my pencil, curling my leaves a little bit, alright, now center. Now I figure out which 3 leaves I want, and it doesn't really matter which 3 you choose, but I pick 2 together and then 1 opposite to keep as my 3 leaves. So then I just cut out the 2 that I don't want, but I don't throw them away because you can use them to embellish other projects or to add more leaves to the card or gift tag or whatever you're making with this. So to do that, let's kind of get it curved up again. And then that 1-inch circle that we punched earlier, I'm going to glue my leaves to that. So put some glue, push it down. Now this just gives you a nice finished, let's see here, a nice finished back to your flower. It also gives you a place where you can glue it onto your project or foam tape, so it just makes it a little bit easier and just looks a little nicer, I think. If you do a smaller flower, then you just do a smaller circle. Alright, so once I have that on there, then I kind of figure out which way I want my flower. I think I'm going to have it go that way. Hot glue. And just glue it down. And if I want, I can push it down in the center. And ta-da! There you have a poinsettia. Well, wasn't that super easy? Just from these 3 dies. 4 dies. So if I wanted to make a smaller one, I just leave that part off and just do these 2 in the center, and then cut this one from my leaves. You can even make a smaller poinsettia and just use this one, but cut it out twice. And you have your centerpieces, and then also use this to cut out your leaf. But you put it together the same way. So, I have some examples of what I have made. Here I made a smaller poinsettia and put it on a gift tag. And all I did was use oh no, I just used the small one. The small one and the centerpieces to make this. Cut out two red and 1 green, and then 2 of the centerpieces. Made it the same way and just glued it onto my gift tag. And my circle underneath, I think, is probably, I don't know, 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch circle to glue it all on. And then I also made a Christmas card, and for this one I used the 2 sizes, the medium size and the small one, and then the medium size for the leaves here. And I embossed with the pink, went for a pink and green Christmas theme there, and there's the inside. And then I always do a little created with love on the back, or made for you, something like that on the back. And then I just put a pearl in the center. Since I didn't think the yellow would go with it, and I didn't really know what other color to use, I just put a pearl in the center. And then for my last example, I did a sparkly one. So I just used silver glitter paper. I made a poinsettia out of white. I just used the small pieces. Oops. I cut 2 the small pieces. I didn't even use the centerpiece. And I cut leaves. You can see that. Maybe not. Out of the glitter piece. But I didn't draw veins on them because it is glitter paper and it wouldn't work very well. So for the glitter paper I didn't draw veins, but on the white paper I drew veins, and then to kind of make the veins pop, give it a little extra sparkle since it's white, I just used my metallic luster paste, I guess. Just use my finger and rubbed it over top of the petals, and I don't know if you can see that. It makes the veins stand up, just gives a little extra sparkle. And then for the center, I just put some glue and put some seed beads in there and just let it dry. So here's the outside of my card, and then here's the inside. And again, always decorate the back. So there you go. So super easy to make some fun poinsettias, and different ways to use them. So if you check out our Facebook page at Fun Life on a Budget featuring Bestie Becky, I will leave a link to where I got the dies. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have fun making your poinsettias. Thank you for stopping by. Have a great day. Bye.